couple
truffle
of these. I'm not gonna eat
Parmesan
them all.
fries. You know, you can't beat a nice truffle Parmesan fry. You know, nice and crispy, lathered in that, you know, fragrant truffle, and also the nice
You need
rich
to try these.
Parmesan cheese.
I mean, introduce the show, man. What are you doing? Just tell them what we're doing today.
Trying
You know,
to
just-
introduce the show.
Just tell them what we're doing today. You know?
Can you stop eating the fries?
Yeah, these
Yes,
things are great.
I
Just
know they're
tell them
good.
what we're doing
but can you
today.
please?
I know it's the new show.
I'm trying to.
Yes, I know we're doing
Yeah.
a new episode.
Okay, thank you.
Just
So welcome back, guys.
tell them what we're doing. These fries slap.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Solorio Eats. So we're gonna be talking about my favorite vegetable, the most versatile vegetable out there. We're talking about Mr. Potato. Okay, this thing, you can do so much with a potato, but today we're gonna get into truffle Parmesan fries. You can't go wrong with truffle and Parmesan, and a nice crispy French fry. But once again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that bell icon, and you guys will be notified every time I drop a new food video.
So for this, we're gonna need, our russet potatoes. These are the best when it comes to making a French fry. It has that nice starch content that we need to get that nice crispy fry. So we're just gonna take them, we're gonna use 2, and then we're gonna start by cutting them into planks, and then we're gonna start going across lengthwise to get those nice French fry strips. So once our French fries are all cut, we're gonna place them into some cold water in our bowl. This is gonna help us keep the French fries from turning gray. We don't want our potatoes to oxidize, until we're ready to fry these bad boys. So just finish cutting up your fries, and then we're gonna let these guys kind of chill out until we're ready to fry these up. All right, so let's start by taking off the root ends off our garlic. We don't want none of those on there. That's what's gonna make this thing bitter. And we don't want a bitter aioli, okay? So just start by taking it off. All right, now that we have all of our garlic roots cut off, we're gonna add all of our garlic cloves right into a sauce pot. Once we have that put in there, we're gonna add our canola oil. We don't wanna use an olive oil. Canola oil, is kind of a neutral oil. That's what's gonna help us impart as much flavor into that oil. And that's what we're gonna use to make this aioli. So we're gonna add enough canola oil, to keep this submerged under the oil. You don't want none of the garlic sticking out. You want to completely submerge under the oil. And then we're gonna turn this up to a low simmer. We want to kind of slowly confit the garlic cloves. We don't want to rush this. So we're gonna take this nice and slow. It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna get as much flavor as we can out of our garlic cloves. So if you're wondering, what is confit, that means, you're just cooking something submerged in a fat, whether that's an oil or fat that you can melt down. That's what confit does. You want to take it nice and slow. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna taste delicious. So this garlic, it's gonna take some time, but you want it to get nice and GBD, golden brown and delicious. All right, now that we have our garlic nice and GBD, now it's time to strain this thing. All right, so we're gonna take a little strainer and we're gonna separate the oil from the garlic cloves. So we're gonna use some of the oil for our aioli, and the rest we can save for another time for another recipe. All right, now it's time to throw our aioli together. It's time to make this thing. This thing's gonna be great. So we're gonna start by throwing in our garlic cloves. Those are golden brown and delicious. And then we're gonna add our yolks, 2 egg yolks to this thing. But don't worry, these things are safe to eat straight from the store. They are pasteurized. And then we're gonna hit this thing with 1 lemon zested and the same thing juiced. If we need more, we're gonna add more later. So we're gonna be using the lemon zest and the juice to kind of help cut through all that fat in this aioli. It's very rich, so we need something with a little bit of pop. It's gonna also help with the garlic, it's gonna make the garlic flavor more pronounced. And you know what? We want this to be, you know, garlicky. And then we're gonna hit it with that, you know, kosher salt. We don't want none of that, you know, granny salt. No granny salt here, just kosher salt. Now that we have everything in there, now it's time to turn this thing up. Turn your blender up on high so we can get this thing blended as much as possible, you know, before we start adding our garlic oil to this thing. And now we're gonna slowly start streaming in our garlic oil. You know, we wanna go nice and slow to create that emulsion. We don't wanna go too fast, because if we do, we're gonna break this thing and then it's game over. It's gonna be kind of hard to bring this back. So we're gonna slowly drip in 8 ounces of garlic oil to this thing. All right, now that we have the garlic oil emulsified, now we gotta make sure that this thing tastes great. So we're gonna taste it, and by tasting it, we're gonna find out that we definitely need a little bit more pop. So we're gonna add, you know, 1 more lemon, zested and juiced to this thing. And that's really gonna bring out all those flavors out. Now that we've adjusted the seasoning, now it's time to blend this thing one more time. We wanna get this nice and creamy and nice and thick.
So, this is what we want. Creamy and thick. Creamy and thick.
Wave, my inner soul make a village glow.
Now that we have our garlic aioli nice and creamy and thick, now it's time to take care of our French fries. So we're gonna line our pan here with some paper towels, and that's gonna help us with capturing any excess water. So we're just gonna take the fries that have been chilling for a while in the cold water. We're just gonna take them right to the sink, and we're gonna pour out all the water. So we're gonna take our fries and we're gonna place them over the paper towels, and that paper towel is gonna absorb any excess water. You know, we don't want any of that water to get into the fryer. You know, any water and oil, and hot oil especially, it's gonna burst and it's gonna pop everywhere. And you don't wanna get burnt by this hot grease. So now that our fries are drained of any water, we're gonna turn our fryer up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna cook our fries in 2 stages. In the first stage, we're gonna essentially blanch or par fry our fries at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, that's gonna help us cook our fries through, and it's also gonna help us get a crispier fry when we do the next step. So go ahead and drop your fries right into the fryer. You know, we're gonna let these things go for about 4 minutes. We don't want any color. We don't want like any golden brown. We just want like a light white color. We just want to partially cook these. That's gonna help us later on when we're getting them nice and crispy. So once we do the first stage of frying, then you're gonna pour them over a rack on top of the tray. You know, this is gonna help us strip off any excess oil. So now that we've done the first stage of par frying our French fries, now it's time to turn this thing up to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, we want to get this thing nice and hot. Now we're gonna add our par fried fries into the basket. And we're gonna slowly put those bad boys in that hot, sizzling oil. You know, we want to get these things crispy and golden brown. You know, nobody wants a wet noodle of a fry. All right, we want it to be crispy, golden brown. That's what's gonna make this thing great. That's what's gonna, you know, be able to handle all that thick and creamy aioli that we're gonna dip our fries into. All right, now that our fries are nice and crispy, it's time to throw these guys right into our bowl. It's time to season these bad boys up. Now that our fries are nice and crispy and are in the bowl, now it's time for the luxurious part. It's time to add our white truffle oil. Super fragrant, and to go nicely with that luxurious truffle oil, we're gonna be adding Parmesan cheese. And this stuff, super fragrant. So we're gonna add about 2 ounces of our truffle oil to our fries. You know, we wanna lather these things in this. And then we're gonna give it a nice toss. You know, we wanna get that truffle oil into every nook and cranny. We wanna be tasting truffle on each little fry. So now it's time to hit it with the Parmesan cheese. You know, we wanna go heavy with this. We want to hit it like a blizzard. We want to go a lot of cheese, a lot of parm. That's what's going to make this thing tasty. All right, so we're going to start microplaning as much as we can into this thing. There's never such a thing as too much cheese.
Carve a smile with a straight faces. Therapeutic, self-medicated. I've been doing fine for a low life. Seeing clear through the low lights. Straight gas for the stove light. Chasing green, all I know is to go. They semi-pro when it shows right. Third figure to my old life.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
So once again, thank you guys for watching. It was fun making this truffle Parmesan fries for you guys today, along with garlic aioli. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that bell icon. Until next time, love you guys.